This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty. Good morning, Cam. Well, let's start off with this. You were just listening to me answering this question. Do you agree that if Robert Jones excels at left guard and Shell continues to excel at right tackle, whenever Austin Jackson is ready to return, it's not a matter of plugging him in right now until you see weakness from those positions? Because right now at right tackle, it's actually become a position that has settled down, and Robert Jones just started off well. We'll see how it goes from here. But if Robert plays well, does Austin get his job back, or does he become the swing tackle / maybe backup left guard?
I don't think Austin Jackson's done anything to deserve a guaranteed spot upon return. I don't think that. Now, at first, I don't know if he's going to be healthy enough to play this week anyway. I think they're still going to continue to ease him in, but it sort of gives them a excuse, a benefit to allow him to continue to heal, continue to get up to speed while those other guys play. And then I think this, like you said, I think it'll be a situation where if those guys continue to play well, you don't want to mess up a good thing and a good flow. I think what's an interesting element of this is that Austin Jackson played left guard last year. The team decided to move him the right tackle, so they saw him better as a tackle than a guard. And so, Brandon Shell, like you mentioned, has played well. We haven't seen enough for Robert Jones. So the quote unquote obvious move would be, let's put Austin Jackson at left guard, right? But the team saw enough to move him away from left guard into right tackle. And so maybe they just don't see him as a guard. Maybe they see him strictly as a tackle, and maybe a guard only in a pinch. And so if that's the case, then you're probably looking at Robert Jones until Leon Eichenberg gets healthy. And then maybe it's just sort of Austin Jackson versus Brandon Shell, and just kind of the pressure on Brandon Shell to keep playing well. But yeah, like you mentioned, I don't see any immediate need to switch up the starting lineup unless those guys.
Ooh, you're fading in and out. Your voice goes out, and I don't know what it is about it, but it mutes you when you stop talking and then you start talking again. It's muting a little bit of what you're saying.
Do you hear me better now?
I hear you now. It's when you continue and then you stop to start again. Sometimes it's muting the first word or two that you're saying, and
Gotcha.
So that's the only reason. The Eichenberg thing, does that look like he can even come back this year?
Yeah, he will be able to come back from that. That's what the team hopes. It just may be closer to December. Likely closer to December, middle of December maybe. I think it's a deal
is
where
this
they
a Byron Jones hope? Because those kind of hopes really don't work out. I'm just saying.
Right. That's why I said I hope, right? Because you can have a timeline, a 4 to 6 week timeline. But as we've seen, sometimes timelines get extended. I mean, Austin Jackson, let's be frank, he was supposed to be closer to the 4 to 6 week mark, and we're closing in on 7, I think, 7 or 8, and he still hasn't been deemed fully healthy enough to play. So,
high ankle, bro. High ankle.
Yeah.
He would have been better off with a broken bone, dude. High ankles are the worst, dude.
Right.
The worst.
Especially with the movement, and it was a significant high ankle sprain for him. Like, I've had high ankle sprains playing basketball, and man, like, you got to be on crutches. Like, for me, maybe I'm just a sissy. Like, maybe I'm just soft.
No. It's an unstable thing, dude. It becomes so unstable that I've had it too. I've had the high ankle sprains, and they last forever because you easily re-aggravate it all the damn time. And so it's just one, and I can't imagine a big dude like that has to use his feet as leverage to push on big other people. Oh my God.
In this scheme, you have to move. They pull the offensive linemen so often. They have you moving to get a linebacker at the second level or a DB. And so if you're still hampered there, it's not like a power scheme. If you're playing a power scheme, all you're doing is moving 2 or 3 steps. And so they tape that ankle up like a brick and just say, hey, get out there and make it work. This is not that type of scheme. So, yeah, you got to be able to move to play, which is why I think that even beyond Austin Jackson's playing ability, I think they have the luxury right now to be able to ease him in as a backup. Maybe he's active as an active backup if somebody gets hurt or somebody's needed. But I think he's probably in that role until they need to make a decision.
I've been kind of telling all of you that all the guys that come on the last couple of weeks, and most of you have been fighting me on this. I think the other proof came just on Wednesday. I keep telling you, Tua listens. That's why he plays like a maniac. That's why he gets injured. That's why he hangs on to the ball, because he keeps hearing people that he's got a noodle arm, that he's too short, that he's not tough enough, that he doesn't listen, that he can't handle tough coaching, that he's not durable, that, you know, he can't throw the deep ball. And sure enough, telling Maria Taylor he's taking receipts and the dig at the end on Wednesday. He listens, dude, just like anybody else. It may not be that he's listening to the radio or reading the newspaper, but he's listening to his agent, his brother, his cousin, his father, and Nolan, everybody telling him all the shit. Or he's in the locker room walking by a television, and, you know, somebody on some crazy show, Good Morning Football or take First Take or whatever, and they say some crazy ass shit about Tua, and he hears it and he just files it away. He files it away.
Yep. I've said the same thing. You know, the illusion that coaches, that players, that front office executives do not know what is said about them is almost always false. You know, maybe they're not seeking out the news, but you would be shocked how many players in the locker room I go into who may be looking at Twitter, scrolling, or not just here in the Dolphins. Like, this has happened for years as I've covered the league. You know, guys search their name on Twitter. Guys look at everything, and it's just a commonplace. Like, you know, it's like Googling yourself. You want to know what people are saying about you, even if you don't respond. And so Tua, he's clearly feeling good about himself, which he should. He's playing really well. And I actually like the spiciness about it. You know, I'd rather that than keep everything internal and just have it bother you. And, you know, bite back when you feel like you have a right to bite back. And so the narrative was so loud this offseason.
It's breaking up. It's breaking up badly.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
I don't know why, but today the connection's not as good there. But go ahead, finish your point on Tua there.
I guess my overall point is that when you look at how loud the noise got about Tua, you can't hear me?
Oh, I hear you, but it sounds like back in the day when I used to call Cuba, way before telephones got better. It sounds exactly like that. Abuela, ¿cómo tú estás? ¿Cómo te va todo allá en Cuba? And then I'm hearing her in the distance. Bien, chico, no tengo café. You know, and so that's kind of what's going on there. Spanish people just laughed their asses off at what I just did, especially Cubans. Yeah, no, now we hear you fine on the Verizon commercial.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I just took my AirPods out completely. I don't know, maybe my AirPods were shot. But yeah, no, my whole thing is that as loud as the noise got about Tua this offseason, it was impossible for him not to hear it. And he hears it, like you said. I think he listens to it directly, but even if he doesn't, guys in the locker room show him. You know, he sees it on TV. His brother tells him about it. His parents talk to him about it. You know, his agent, his trainers. You know, these are all people who can potentially talk to him about it. And so I don't see anything wrong with it unless it affects you negatively. And it seems like Tua is using it as positive fuel. Hopefully, the toughness element of it, though, that's the element I hope that he tones out, because that might be the only negative, because he wants to run people over to show people he's tough.
Like, no, dude, no, don't. This guy never ran a goddamn person over, okay?
Right.
That guy doesn't run people over, ever. Okay? And he was happy about not running anybody over. All right? So that's what I need Tua to be very happy about not running people over. Would be really nice.
You are plenty tough Tua without running people over. Trust me. I know that. Hopefully the league knows that. You know, he's a plenty tough without that.
All right, so your assessment of the Chubb Wilson acquisition and the contract.
Yeah, I'm fine with it, man. Like I said, I think we talked about it the day it happened, before it happened. And my take was, you take an internal evaluation of yourself. If you feel like you're close enough to make the move, you make the move. And clearly, this is them telling the world, we think we can win a championship this year. You know, I don't know if they're right or not, but they think that they're willing to make the move, or at least this is our window. I think Tyreek said this is our window now. You know, the next 2 or 3 years, and ideally longer, but at least that period, they think it hasn't, it started. And so Chubb has been a really good pass rusher. I know some people in Denver, so I got a little scouting report on him. He's been a really good pass rusher, really good locker room guy. His problem has been health. He's been hurt, quite a bit of games there. He's dealt with nicks. Even when he's played, he's been less than 100% sometimes. And so you say we
had Ben Albright. We had Ben Albright on 2 days ago. And I know Ben and Mike Kliss
I know
out
Ben
there,
too,
and those guys are as connected as anybody, and they love Chubb, dude. They love Chubb.
Chubb's a really good dude. I know Von Miller well, and Von was there with him, and he kind of mentored him early on. And there was thoughts that Chubb and Von would be like Von and DeMarcus Ware, where they were in the Super Bowl year. And so the problem was they both kept getting hurt in opposite years. And so they never were on the field consistently together. And so Chubb, I think it's a bold move given that guarantees. I hope there is some injury protection there because, like I said, a situation where a guy who's got hurt a lot continues to get hurt. That's probably my only worry with the contract. But at the same time, you've got a young core pass rusher in Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips in a division that has Josh Allen. That's exactly what you want. And you use a first-round pick, so what? What pass rusher are you going to get in the 25th overall pick that's going to be Bradley Chubb? Unlikely that you get one. He'll be cheaper, but he won't be better, at least initially. And so they're making their move now. They did it with Tyreek. They're doing it with Bradley Chubb. And this sort of solidifies if there was any doubt that each guy, you eliminated all your safety valves. You eliminated your first round pick. You can't get a quarterback this year, even if you wanted to. So I think this says, hey, this is our core, and we're going with it. And so I like it. There are some me the health stuff, but I do think there was moving. You hear me?
You broke up. I understood what you're saying, but you're breaking up really badly there down the stretch. I understood exactly what you're saying, but what I would add to what you just said, it's the whole Brian Flores effect. You were so inept on offense that you stunted the growth and the evaluation of the quarterback. So now they sped it up. And because the people that drafted him are the people that believe in him, then they are moving forward with him because they're convinced. It's the other people on the periphery, whether it was Flores that was here, whether it's the owners that were trying to, accommodate another quarterback and not Tua. And you can thank Tua. I said this earlier for Bradley Chubb. I talked about this earlier in the week that you can thank him because by Tua coming out and, spreading his wings since he started this season, you can feel good about the player now. Now you know that if he takes care of himself and doesn't do the stupid things, he'll be fine. So now all those picks that you had, you can use it to complete the team instead of what so many on the periphery were thinking, well, Tua fails, you can use those picks to get another quarterback. No, the good thing is Tua succeeded. So now you can use those picks to complete the team and try to make a run in the next 2-year window, because after these next 2 years, all hell breaks loose cap-wise. You and I know that.
Yes. And, like I said, they have to do it. This is a team that we talk a lot about expectations, but they have to do it. But the reality to me is you look at the Bills and the Dolphins will say but to me the Bills and beyond that. I know but I'm getting two teams. Yes, beyond that, there's a group of I don't know, man. I'm not AirPods at all, so I'm not sure what's going on, if it's my end or your end.
Are you in the Keys or something? Are you in a nuclear bomb shelter? Where are you in the Lincoln Tunnel? Where are you?
No, I'm riding around, but my Wi-Fi.
The Everglades?
Using my
But where are
service.
you riding around? In the Everglades? Like it's somewhere where you have
near my house.
Okay, do you have Mint Mobile or something? What's going on here?
No, I've got AT&T. I've got 4 bars right now. That's why I'm not sure what's going on, because I've got 4 bars. It's saying everything.
Now you sound good.
Yeah.
Now you sound good. Tell the wife to stop driving under power lines or something. I don't know what's going on. Okay? I don't know what's going on. But somebody is the kid driving. That's what's going on. The kid is driving. That's what it is. What are you doing? You got the kid already driving?
No, she's
too young to be driving there, Cam.
Right. Nah, she's not driving, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, honestly. I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm on my service and says I have 4 bars. So
now you sound
I'll try to
good.
talk.
Now you sound good.
Hopefully it sounds good.
Okay, wherever you're at now, I finish your answer now because you sound good.
Yeah, no, I think they're in that tier right behind the Bills and the Chiefs, and I can't make an argument firmly that anybody else is far and away better than them. So they've got a shot, just like the Bengals did last year, to make their run. And so I like it. I think that he completes that backfield a lot better than Edmonds does. And yeah, we'll see.
All right. Follow him on at Cam. And of course you can catch him you can catch him there all the time. Cam, as always, my brother, enjoy and we'll catch you next week. That's your KSDT CPA hard to hear Miami Dolphins reports.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.